it's going. We're getting support from brothers and sisters all around the nation. So we're mailing them out, and people are getting them. We have business opportunities for brothers and sisters. So first of all, what we're saying is support the paper. There's a few different levels of support. Number one is just supporting the paper as a consumer. All right? Purchasing the paper, it costs $1. Maybe by supporting the paper, this is something that doesn't harm anybody for $1. Then you might want to contribute some time to write an article. You can submit articles. The email is in the paper. We'll give it again. And this is what is going to help the paper. It's easy for us to put together a paper when we go to the email and we have hundreds of articles in there just waiting to pick from. So that enables us to be able to provide it monthly and to keep on doing it. So these are two levels of support that don't require too much from the people. The second level of support are those among us, like the entrepreneurs who have had businesses. How many have had merchant businesses? Merchant businesses, all right, where you actually had goods that you were dealing with. All right, and how many had service businesses? All right. So this is both. It's a goods business and it's a service business. So on the good side, the services we're providing the news for the people. On the good side, those who would like to become sellers. So those of us that are merchants, we sold everything from incense to body oils to whatever network marketing scheme was out there. We probably, gave it a little bit of attention just to see. And we've had some success, marginal success, and some great success. So we want to turn that same energy to the paper. And we're going to make it easy for brothers and sisters to do it. So $25, it's on a 50-50 ratio, which is unheard of in the retail industry, period. There are very few things that you can get in where you can spend $1 and make $1 back, period. So we have to look at it in terms of economics and the concept of it. And so we know that that's already unheard of. So for $25, it gets you 50 papers, all right? Basic, simple mathematics, it's not hard. You're going to double your money, plain and simple. And you're going to support the paper, all right? 50 gets you 100, 75 gets you 150, 100 gets you 250. You're going to make 150% on top of that. So that's the first level for our merchants out there. Now, dealing with merchants, how are we going to get rid of the paper? Because it's important not to just make the paper, but to help you be able to get it to the people and prosper. So, I will be available, and our top merchants will be available to help you online. You know how we do it online. Everything's online. To be able to help you with ideas and tips and things if you're going to move into the merchant side of it, on how to get the merchandise off, how to keep it interesting, and so you're not just investing and sitting on papers. So as you see, we have option for $25 all the way up to $100. Now, once the business is rolling, say, you've been doing the selling, or a group of brothers and sisters, you can come together as a group too and say, hey, let's all put together on 100 and then, split the paper. Once you get into that level, it's like, well, we need more papers, I need about 300 for myself. Because it will get like that once I share some of these strategies with you. Number one is out there on the corner. We already know that. We've done that out there on the corner. You see the nation out there doing it. Incense is period. If you're that kind of person that's out there, then with a paper in hand, with more on it, it's gone. It's gone. Now, another place that you get the papers off are community centers. Anywhere where there's so-called black conscious community centers that are interested in learning their history or, espousing that particular idea. So now you go into the community centers and asking them to support and purchase the paper, and or putting them in there on consignment, and then coming back and picking up the money. I suggest, just start with a few at a time if you do that. Thirdly, events. Taste the Soul, any big event, football game, basketball game, where our people are there, you can try those places too. Hip-hop concerts, because especially conscious hip-hop concerts, where you're going to have, where that type of thing is going. Spoken word jams. If you're going to spoken word already, bring papers with you, Any place where our people are congregating, where there, might be folks on consciousness. And with that being said, don't forget about the campuses, the colleges and universities, black student unions, Pan-African student unions, any Moorish groups that are there. So there's no shortage of places to be able to get these papers off. They're not just going to sell themselves. You can buy them and put them up and put them in a frame too if that's what you want to do. But if you just get out there and do what we already do, outreaching to people, now you have some literature in your hand that you can leave with the people, you know, and help to empower yourself. So as sellers, and these are just a few tips. Like I said, successes from sellers are going to be shared. We're going to be real interactive with this. So now when you want to get more papers, you want to be able to provide papers to sellers, all right? So now you're looking at maybe you're going to go, our first tier is 750 papers, all right? Now that may seem like a lot of papers, like, dang, what are we going to do with 750 papers? But let's just compartmentalize it now. 7 people, 100 papers each. That's only 7 people. If you got 7 people moving papers, 100 you can do it in a day. But a week for sure you're doing it. Or maybe you need to get out the business. Or maybe you need help, which we will provide, you know, and incentives as well. So 325, you get 750 papers. So now what this enables you to do is you could do the retail and you can still move as a seller, and now you are doubling your money and then some. Or you can say, all right, I want to become a distributor and provide for sellers. I don't have the time to get out there no more, but I can have the papers here right in my region, and the sellers can buy from me. So the first tier is 325, and we suggest that you sell the papers for 60 cents on the dollar instead of 50 cents on the dollar for this first tier. And you'll make about $100 and something. So for distributors on the first tier, you're not going to get that 50 double because it's less work, it's less labor intensive, and you having your workers out there. So you